there, we are in week 2 and we're going to talk about the food guide pyramid. Now if you notice, it does look a little bit different than it has in the past, and one major difference is that steps have been added to the side of this, and that's to really encourage physical activity on a daily basis. All of the food groups have stayed the same. We still have our grains, our vegetables and fruits, our milk, our beans, and meat. So what you can do is log on to www.mypyramid for mypyramid.gov, and you can actually develop and design your own food guide pyramid. Now how you're going to do that is you're going to enter in some information, your height and weight, your age, gender, and activity level, and that's going to give you about an idea on how many calories you should consume on a daily basis. It's also going to give you each food group and how many servings you should have in each of those food groups. Another thing that's changed is, for example, it used to be 6 to 12 servings of grains. Now it goes by cups, and the meat and beans goes by ounces. So it's a little more tricky that way, but we're going to provide you with lots of information, a lot of visuals on how you can really narrow that down so you can see how many cups, ounces that you can have for yourself for each of these food groups.
We're talking about weight loss and portion control. Most of the time it's not that people are making the worst choices, most of the time. It is that they are having too much. So what I want to do is give you some visuals regarding proper portions that we should be choosing. For a baked potato, for example, an ideal size would be about the size of a computer mouse. A lot of times we have double or triple that size loaded baked potatoes. Also in our grains category, a slice of bread would be considered 1 grain serving. It doesn't mean that you can't use 2 for your sandwiches, but just make sure that you're accounting for that. Moving on to some of our protein, here we have 3 ounces of chicken, and 3 ounces of chicken is about the size of a deck of cards. So you want to keep that in mind when you're eating, especially when you're eating out. A lot of different restaurants and places that you might dine out have really big meat and protein portions, whether it be chicken, beef, fish, so just keeping the portions in the right amount for your body. Just again as another visual for us, a serving of lunch meat is about the diameter of a CD. And then same thing with a pancake, so that would be 1 serving. With our vegetables, so this is our friend. Our vegetables are good for us, and we get to have lots of different colors of them, and they're nutritious, and they're lower in calories and important for us to have. So about a half a cup for cooked vegetables is considered 1 vegetable serving. So this is a half a cup portion of green beans. And then of course the counterpart to vegetables would be fruit. Here we have peach or nectarine, whatever you want to call it, and ideally 1 serving size of fruit is the size of a tennis ball or a baseball. So you can see here that we want to make sure that we consider that when we're looking at our fruit. And again, it doesn't mean that you can have a bigger piece, it just means that you have to account for having more. One of my favorite examples would be the banana. Bananas actually are great for us, again, as a fruit, but half of a banana is considered 1 fruit serving, where a whole banana would be 2. Same thing, doesn't mean you can't have 2 servings by eating the whole banana, but you just have to account for that. 4 ounces of juice, 1 fruit serving. 4 ounces of juice is half a cup. A lot of times we just pour a big glass, we don't even know how many ounces it is, maybe it's 16, and all of a sudden we're getting a lot more than we thought we were getting as far as our fruit servings go in juice form. If you can get it in the actual fruit, it's a lot better. And then our yogurt, 4 to 6 ounces, which is the size of 6 ounces, would cover, again, another dairy serving for us. We want to make sure that we get that in because that calcium is important for our bones. We also have nuts. Nuts are an important part of the diet because they have a lot of heart-healthy fat, and they're a quick snack that we can grab. The thing about that is that we want to keep it to about 1 ounce a day. And 1 ounce visually is if we take a flat cupped palm in our hand, will give you about 1 ounce of nuts. And again, keeping it to that portion is really important. So when you're at home, use your measuring cups and your measuring utensils to be very accurate, so then you get a visual of how much you're eating when you're going out as well. And think about some of these little tips as we go along to watch our portions.